We have something called a registration form for all our programs, all our therapies and workshops. Different forms, of course, but there is one common question that all these forms has, whether it is to do with therapies, or whether it's the workshops that we conduct. And that question is, please tell us something about yourself. Now, the reason I am mentioning this here is because that becomes the most difficult question for people to answer. Out of so many questions, I mean, there are some really difficult questions out there. This is the one that I have seen people find most difficult to answer, people really struggle with. In fact, so many people leave it blank. So many people just kind of leave one or two sentences out there. So many people turn back to us to ask us exactly, what do you mean by this? It's a simple question. Please tell us something about yourself. But people really struggle with that. Why is it? Why is it that we are not able to confidently reply to that question? And you might be thinking that, oh, what's so big, I can write it. But trust me, when you sit down to write, it becomes a challenge, because we are so used to different role plays. We know ourselves as somebody's daughter or son or partner or boss or team member or subordinate, or teacher or a student, that somewhere in all these role plays that we have been getting trained to fit into, trained to be appreciated for, trained to be recognized for, trained to control, the life, the outcomes in our life based on, how we have mastered each role play. We forget the most important role play, the most important relationship, and that is with ourselves. The one that is most important in this whole equation is us, we, ourselves. And that is why whole our life we keep seeking and seeking and seeking, whether we are seeking in relationship or we are seeking in life. I've seen people building businesses after businesses because nothing satisfies them. I have seen people getting into relationships, having so many relationships, still not feeling satisfied. I have seen people feeling judged all the time in spite of doing so much for others, because whole our life, wherever we went, we were being trained for the role plays. Whether it was school that taught us how you can be a good employee, how you can be a good businessman, how you can be a good human being who has to serve others, how you can be this forgiving human being who's always forgiving other people, or a family who got us ready for different role plays in relationships. I think we've just been getting trained, different training modules, but we have just been getting trained to be in these role plays. In the process, somewhere letting go of the need for us to define who we are, to understand what is our core value system. How are you going to define your value system? How are you going to define what drives you in your life? How are you going to define what is it that that defines your purpose? If you don't know yourself, because if you don't know yourself, your value system is also not your own. It's borrowed. Your purpose is borrowed. Your aims and goals and everything in life is borrowed. Of course, you're going to get that sense of achievement, and you will feel great about it, because any achievement makes us feel good. I mean, come on, if somebody's a homemaker, maybe baking a cake and getting the icing right is an achievement. For a child, kicking that ball right into the goal is an achievement. Achievements of course are going to give us that that happiness and that sense of success and victory. it makes us feel very victorious, and that's the reason why we enjoy achievement. But once we have achieved something, we look at the next achievement and the next one and the next one, and we keep seeking, because this achievement helps us fill the void. But it's not going to last, it's not going to sustain. That happiness is not going to be a sustained happiness, because it is just very time bound. I feel, and I have seen, that life is way beyond just these kind of achievements. I have dealt with so much of pain in my life working as a hypnotherapist, as an energy therapist and spiritual wellness coach. I can't even explain to you what kind of pain I have seen and how much of pain I have seen. And on the outside, these some of them are like amazing success stories, but the pain exists. And one thing that I have always heard people tell me is, I want to be happy, I want to understand, I want to find meaning to my life, I want to find meaning to what I'm doing, I want to know what is my purpose, why am I here. Even those that we choose to believe have achieved great material success in terms of name and money, authority, power, I mean whatever you relate to success as, or great marriages or partnerships or relationships, I still hear it from them. And the reason I hear it all the time is, and the reason it exists is because that meaning comes from within. That meaning comes from understanding how you can find a balance in your life. And there are definitely tools available to experience the balance. Once you start to apply these tools, use these tools and apply some of these, practices, you can find that balance and you can find that meaning. And that is the reason why I finally decided to put this program, spiritual wellness program, together, because I wanted people to understand that spirituality is not something that you divorce from your life and you start only when nothing else works in your life. It's not an option, you see, that you when you have nothing left, that's the only option you'll have to go in for. Or when you're retiring, you move to spirituality, or just because you follow a guru, you move to spirituality, or because you've experienced trauma in your life, you move to spirituality. No, it is as essential to our existence, as essential to our living as eating food is, as breathing the air in is, or as forming relationships is. The reason why I feel most of us stay at a distance from spirituality. First, of course, we don't understand what it is. We think it's an extension of religion, or it's an extension of a certain practice, and that is coming from a sect or followers of a guru. We tend to keep a distance, also because most of us somewhere carry an understanding that spirituality means I'll have to let go of my material comfort, because this is something I've heard so much from people, that I love my life, I love to drink, I love to go for party, I love to dress up, I love my success, and I love my life. Why should I go for spirituality? Wonderful, keep loving. Don't you want more of it? If you want more of it, and if you want to sustain it without burning out, without losing your focus, losing your direction, or without feeling saturated, or without feeling having a life without meaning at some point, because it will hit you at some point. At some point, it'll come to you as loneliness, this imbalance in your life. So if you want to have more of all these things, then you also need to have the right tools. You also need to understand how it's done. And that is where, spiritual wellness helps, because spiritual wellness is your bridge between your physical, tangible, material abundance and your emotional fulfillment, of feelings, of emotions. And who wouldn't want that balance? So don't treat it as something that's going to take you away. Because when people talk about spirituality or meditation, they start visualizing themselves as Gautam Buddha, or they start visualizing themselves as the monks or the nuns, and people are like, but I don't want my life to be this. And I've seen a lot of pseudo spiritualism being practiced. You don't have to go there. You don't have to, leave your partners, your relationship, your life, your professional career, your money, your success, your visits to your bar and anything else. You don't have to if you don't want to, right? It's just that you need to find a balance within yourself, so that you don't get burnt out, you don't feel saturated, you don't go out of your relationship looking for meaning and happiness and validation. You don't feel incomplete in whatever you are doing, that pleasing others or getting validation from others, or controlling everything in your life becomes essential for your living, for your survival. You don't want to be stuck up in a survival mindset whole your life, where either you're fighting, or you are running away, or you're hiding, or you're just frozen, not knowing what to do. And that is what most of us are doing. We try to forget all that by keeping ourselves very occupied with different kind of actions, whether it's partying, or it's relationships, or it's holidaying, or it's some form of action or other, creating something or other. But truth is truth. If you don't find your balance within yourself, you'll never be able to understand who you are. And if you can't understand who you are, how are you going to define your core value system? If you can't define your core value system, how are you going to find an alignment in an external environment to your value system, whether it's situation, places, people, experiences, right? And if you don't find that, then you're living a fake life. So if you really want to lead an authentic life, you have to start building this bridge. And this bridge is what I'm referring to as a spiritual wellness program, because the spiritual wellness program is the bridge itself. And once you have the bridge, then for you to experience from one side to another side is not going to be difficult, which means from your material reality, action driven reality, achievement, recognition, control driven reality, to your feeling, your emotional reality filled with beautiful experiences of life, in terms of relationships, in terms of experiences. In case you want to know more about it, please do reach out to me, and we can get on a call to discuss how we can customize it for your organization, your institution, or even if you're looking for a small group of people. And I'm sure we will be able to bring in some help you find that balance, which will be a sustainable one for you.